Web3 was born from rebellion, a digital uprising against centralized control, censorship, and surveillance. It promised freedom, decentralized money, trustless apps, and full ownership of assets. But in our rush to build this brave new world, we made a critical mistake. We built it in silos. Ethereum is booming but trapped in its own ecosystem. Solana, blazing fast, is a separate universe. Avalanche, Cosmos, Polkadot. Each chain has potential, but most of them can't speak to one another. We created kingdoms with high walls where value, liquidity, and users are locked in. This fragmentation isn't just inefficient, it's dangerous. It strangles innovation and leaves billions of dollars idle or inaccessible. Cross-chain technology is tearing those walls down. What if your NFTs could travel across blockchains? What if DeFi protocols could tap into liquidity from any chain instantly? What if your wallet didn't care whether it was talking to Ethereum, BNB, or Cosmos? This video is your tour through the coming age of interoperability. We'll explore the tech that's stitching Web3 back together and show you how to use it, profit from it, and protect yourself as the future unfolds. Try doing something as simple as moving tokens from Ethereum to Solana. You'll be juggling dApps, signing a dozen approvals, wrapping your tokens, paying gas fees, switching wallets, all while hoping the bridge you're using doesn't glitch or get hacked. This is the user experience for millions of crypto users every day, and it's not just frustrating, it's a fundamental flaw in how Web3 operates right now. Most blockchains are closed systems with their own token standards, smart contract languages, validator models, and infrastructure. They weren't designed to connect, and they don't. This leads to liquidity being fragmented across protocols and chains, developers having to choose between ecosystems or rebuild apps from scratch for each chain, users being forced to navigate a mess of bridges, swaps, and wallets to access new opportunities. It's like trying to use PayPal in a country where only Venmo exists. There's no compatibility layer, so even though you have money, you're cut off. Interoperability solves this. It opens the doors between chains, it lets capital flow freely, it lets dApps connect across networks, and it brings Web3 back to its core idea, a decentralized, user-controlled internet. Practical tip: try using Jumper.exchange to move tokens between Ethereum, Arbitrum, and BNB chain. The difference between that and manual bridging is the first glimpse of how smooth Web3 can be. At the most basic level, a blockchain bridge is a protocol that allows you to send assets or data from one blockchain to another. But unlike traditional software, blockchains can't just talk to each other directly. They're isolated systems with different consensus mechanisms, block times, and code bases. So, bridges act as the translators, messengers, and vaults. When you bridge tokens, you're not physically sending them across chains. Instead, you usually 1. Lock your tokens on the source chain using a smart contract. 2. Mint a corresponding token on the destination chain that represents the locked original. And 3. When you're ready to go back, the wrapped token is burned and the original is unlocked. That's the lock and mint model. It works, but it's not flawless. It depends on validators or relayers to verify that the transaction occurred. If those are compromised or tricked, your tokens are at risk. There are also liquidity pool models where instead of minting tokens, the bridge swaps from pre-funded liquidity on both sides. Faster and more flexible, but still dependent on deep reserves. And now we're seeing message-based bridges like LayerZero, which allow smart contracts on different chains to send messages directly to one another. That's the future true omnichain logic, not just token swaps, but all bridges come with risk. Smart contract exploits, validator manipulation, and user error. That's why you need to understand how your bridge works before you use it. Practical tip: visit L2, Beats Bridge Risk Dashboard, and look up your favorite protocol. Review its total value locked, security audits, and architecture type before moving any significant funds. This space is evolving fast, but a few giants are already shaping the landscape. LayerZero is the infrastructure behind many omnichain apps. It allows smart contracts to send instructions across chains, using secure messaging and lightweight clients. Axelar offers a similar approach, focusing on cross-chain smart contract calls using a robust validator network. Wormhole connects over 20 blockchains and is rapidly building omnichain support for NFTs, DeFi, and governance. THORChain doesn't rely on wrapped tokens at all. It allows you to swap native Bitcoin for Ethereum or Dogecoin for AVAX directly. No synthetic assets, no trust assumptions. It's what DeFi should have been all along. These protocols aren't just bridges, they're foundations for a new generation of cross-chain apps, and they're giving users tools that Web 2 never could. Practical tip: use Stargate, built on LayerZero, to bridge USDC between chains with one click. Try swapping USDT on Arbitrum to BNB on Optimism, and feel the friction vanish. This isn't just about making DeFi slightly more convenient. Cross-chain compatibility will fundamentally expand what's possible in Web 3. Imagine depositing ETH on Ethereum to earn rewards from a lending pool that exists on Avalanche. Own a single NFT that updates stats as you play games on multiple chains. Automate your capital to move between the highest yield protocols across Solana, Polygon, and Cosmos. A smart contract on one blockchain can call another on a different chain to verify identity, transfer funds, or execute governance. Interoperability removes friction, but more importantly, it unleashes creativity. The next generation of dApps won't be built on a single chain. They'll live across many. Practical tip: check out the NFT protocol Tapioca DAO. It lets you mint omnichain NFTs that exist and move across chains like a living passport. Try it. It's the future of digital identity. If bridges are the future, they're also the biggest vulnerability in crypto today. From the $600 million Ronin hack to Wormhole's $325 million breach, cross-chain bridges have been targeted again and again. Why? Because they hold the keys. And in many cases, too few people control those keys. To stay safe, only use battle-tested bridges with proven uptime and audits. Avoid bridges with low liquidity or suspiciously high yields. Use test amounts first, always. And monitor bridge activity. If something feels off, don't proceed. Practical tip: try a simple test. Bridge $5 of USDC using two different protocols. Notice how they handle confirmations, fees, and delays. Understanding why something is fast or slow tells you how safe it really is. The average user won't care how bridging works. They'll care that it's fast, secure, and invisible. That's why wallets are evolving fast. Modern wallets like Rabbi and XDeFi are becoming chain agnostic, showing balances across multiple networks, switching RPCs automatically, and integrating native support for bridging, swaps, and staking. Soon you won't need to know if a dApp lives on Arbitrum or Base. Your wallet will handle it for you. That's the Web 2 level user experience that will finally bring millions into Web 3. Practical tip: download Rabbi Wallet, connect it to your MetaMask address, and open a multi-chain dApp like SushiSwap. You'll see how the wallet manages gas fees, chain switching, and token approval automatically. The old Web 3 was about competing chains. The new Web 3 is about connected economies. Cross-chain isn't a bonus feature anymore. It's the backbone of the next bull run. It's what will unlock capital stuck across networks, empower developers to build once and deploy everywhere, and create apps that are as fluid as the internet itself. Whether you're a builder, an investor, or a user, you can't afford to think in chains anymore. The future isn't Ethereum versus Solana versus Cosmos. The future is Ethereum and Solana and Cosmos together. Final practical tip: use Debank or Zapper to track your assets across all chains. Then spend a week interacting with one new chain daily. You'll understand interoperability not by reading about it, but by living it.